were you surprised at the start? I mean, Aberdeen scored after 10 minutes. They could have already been a goal up. I mean, and what does it tell you about the mentality? Does it just tell us something we already knew? That these players don't have that mentality.
Absolutely. I mean, this squad in general, and I think the thing that surprised me most is that for the first time since Clement's come in, you looked certainly the team sort of middle to front. You go, that's about as strong as Rangers can be. You know, you think maybe with Jack, apart from Cifuentes, you put Jack in there or Raskin in there ahead of Cifuentes. You think that middle to front is probably as strong as Rangers can be with Danilo up front, Lawrence, Cantwell, Seema. You know, that's about as strong as Rangers can be going forward. So you thought they would start in the front foot. They didn't. They took them 15, 20 minutes to get going. After that, they were pretty good. But in the day, you're behind, so you're having to chase, and that adds a level of pressure to it. This is just a Rangers team that haven't coped with these opportunities in terms of being able to take them when they're presented with them. Really, since the title winning season, they've been umpteen times. When Gio was in charge, when Michael Beale was in charge, when they had these opportunities to go and cut the gap. Okay, they've done it once with under Philippe Clement so far with the game at Hearts, and they left it late that day. Obviously, they leave it late again to get a point. It's not a total disaster, but I think it'll tell Philippe Clement something about the makeup of this side. He spoke after the game about the fact that it took them 20 minutes to really start getting in and winning tackles, winning the duels, winning the head-to-heads. And I think, if you're a team that's serious about going and really making a proper fist of this title race, I think you come out the traps after, straight for kick-off and you take the game to Aberdeen. You don't sit there and wait for them to score before you get going. So, but listen, that I don't think that's Philippe Clement's issue. That this is something he's inherited. He's going to have to find a way to fix it. But I don't think you can sit and point fingers at him. So, it's just even with as I say, looking pretty strong going forward. Defensively, Balogun, who to be fair has looked okay. The sort of 4 or 5 games he's played last few weeks, but he didn't really cope with the physical aspect to Majowski, who I thought was tremendous in the day, along with Kel Roos. And I thought the two of them were the pick of the bunch from Aberdeen. And so, Rangers were just defensively were terrible at times. The first 20 minutes, so open, so high, so static when balls were going behind them. So, I just think that'll be I'll tell something. It'll tell Philippe Clement something about this team in terms of the mentality, the makeup, and even just the lack of depth at times. John Suter on the bench. Strange that he's not back yet. I presume that they wanted to go with Balogun because of his pace, sort of, on the recovery. But for me, he just never coped with the physical aspect of Majowski. So, that'll be certainly some big takeaways for the manager to go after this game.